In terms of the hype, though, in terms of the hype of the game coming out and kind of living up to expectations, I mean, I feel like Classic has got to be up there. You know, we knew what it was going to be, I suppose, but it's kind of difficult to interpret whether, predict whether it's going to be what you remember it to be. And for me, it has been. You know, I think that, you know, with the memories we had in terms of the community and, you know, the social dynamic, that is still there. And I don't know if that's kind of you know, people wanted that, so they've sort of manufactured it, or if it's sort of organic and it is what it was back in the day. And I think it is. I don't think it is kind of like people are trying to make it what it was. I think it just lends itself to being a social experience, just the way it's created. You kind of, I mean, when we logged in, we had to kill Princess, and that guy couldn't do it by himself. If this was retail, it would be easy enough to kill the pig by itself, and you wouldn't need to speak to anyone. And yeah, sure, I mean, he just said thanks and then left, but it's still an interaction, and it has potential to form friendships and things, you know? Like on my Horde character, my Shaman, I was saying on stream the other day that, you know, we ran dead mines, which is a big, you know, it was a big thing. It was a big deal. We had to get Strangleform. We swam across, you know, climbed across the Alliance characters in Westfall, and then did dead mines, had loads of fun, got some cool gear, and then afterwards we went to Red Ridge and did some PvP with leveling characters. Generally just had some fun. And then after that we added each other, you know, found cool shit like the Hillary's necklace quest that you can pick up as a Horde character, where you swim up to the little girl, she gives you the quest, you can fill it, you can carry it out and give it back to her. Cool shit like that I wouldn't know unless, you know, you were just having fun and fucking around. There's no point in knowing that. There's no benefit in doing the quest. but it's great, and not many games like that anymore, because I feel like those experiences are kind of only available in MMOs, and there isn't any good MMOs apart from WoW Classic. I mean, I've tried various MMOs over the years since I sort of went off WoW during Wrath of the Lich King. I tried Guild Wars 2, which I really enjoyed. Guild Wars 2, actually. That was actually the only one that I found that I could keep returning to. But that was only because I was leveling with two friends from, you know, I had one online friend and one friend real life, and we were leveling together, and that was great. That was really fun. We got to max level, but the content, it was missing a lot of content. There wasn't a lot to do at endgame. It's probably changed now, but you know, kind of too late. The other MMOs, there was a big hype around. What's the name of it? The sort of sciencey based one. I can't remember the name now. But there's huge hype around it, and it just didn't live up to it. It probably had, you know, one of the biggest MMO launches, and people wanted it to be so much bigger than it was. But it died so fast as well, and then within a year it was free to play. So, and I've heard good things about Black Desert Online, but again, that's kind of a different. It's kind of a different genre to WoW. It's is probably not as easily accessible. You know, so the three MMOs I've ever really been into in my life, like really into, has been obviously World of Warcraft, as I say, Guild Wars 2, and then before both of those, Star Wars Galaxies. Star Wars Galaxies was, I mean, I went back and played Star Wars Galaxies lately on the private server because it's gone now, it's completely gone. And it was so janky, so horrible, not how I remembered it at all, completely in contrast to the experience with Classic. It you know, I suppose that's because WoW kind of standardized the MMO format and it made it accessible to all MMOs since then, really. But Galaxies had such a unique economy. You know, you could build essentially build a shop out in the desert on Tatooine and become like a droid seller or breed animals and make them mounts and things, and such a cool concept which has never really been implemented in any sandbox game since, which is disappointing. I feel like if they did a remastered Star Wars Galaxy, I mean, how fucking cool would that be? I mean, Star Wars Galaxy killed itself in the end with the update they put out. I can't remember what it was. I think it actually tried to. I don't know if it came out after WoW. I think it did, and it tried to copy the sort of XP system there and make it more streamlined and easy to play. Because prior to that, there was no XP system. I think it was just based on what you did in game, your ability, the weapons you found. Your character wasn't based around killing mobs. You didn't necessarily need to go and kill mobs. You could become, like I say, a shop owner, and just your whole career is based around that. There's no level 1 to 60. You're just a shop owner. You make droids, you sell droids, you make your money that way, and you exist in the universe that way. You could be a pilot. You could make
honor, friend.
Spaceships. That came a bit later, I think, in an expansion. And,
Honor, friend.
serve either the rebels or the Empire that way, or you could be a neutral bounty hunter, or you could say, "Fuck it, I don't want to do any fighting or anything like that. I want to make." I could be a musician. I could be a dancer. You go into the Tatooine cantina and you just dance all day, and people would give you money. But there was a point to it because your dances would give. If someone sat and listened to your dances and sat and listened to your music or danced with you or something like that, they would get a buff, a rested buff and things like that, where they could go out. And it would it make their lives easier, which is such a cool. It makes it so authentic, and so you're so unique to the universe, because I think that it was. I like it when there's uniqueness to your character. Uniqueness, is that a word? Uniquity? No, uniqueness is probably right. I like it when there's that, which is why I kind of switched over from playing the priest on Horde, because I leveled the priest to level 25, and there were so many priests on the server at that level that I found it hard to pay attention. I like being a special snowflake, having that. You fulfill a role that a lot of other people don't. Star Wars Galaxies was really good at that. That's why I wanted to go back and play it. It's still got a pretty healthy community, if I remember rightly, but it is it's based on essentially one private server. I think there's one private server for the pre-patch sort of era, and then there's a private server for the post-patch era. But it's just not accessible anymore. I found it really difficult to get used to the controls, even the movement. Just targeting things. It's bizarre, but it's a fantastic concept. It's brilliant. It surprises me. We're in 2019 now, and you've got games are so popular. It's such a huge market for them, but companies are scared to try new things, to really put themselves out there. And when they do, there's still an underlying core universal understanding of how the game should be played and how it's used. I mean, if you take it down to its absolute bare minimum, you've got a shooting game on a console. You know right trigger's going to be shooting. I'm not saying it's a bad thing. I'm just saying that is universally understood as the let's try not to die here, as the shooting command, right? So companies, yeah. I mean, without going on about it too much, if they made a remake of Star Wars Galaxies and they remastered it, brought it up to, made it easily accessible, updated the graphics, all that sort of shit, it would be amazing, you know? Because I remember being so enthralled with it, wanting to explore Tatooine. I just set off, ran across the planets, and that's another thing, by the way. The maps were huge. You had so much to explore. You'd come across towns unique to your server because they were towns built by guilds. You know, just a guild has popped down a guild hall there, and their members have built their shops and their houses in that town. So you could go to that town, trade with that particular guild, and that would be unique to your server, right? And it would be marked on the map. The town would be named and marked on the map, which is great. Unfortunately, you know, when I went back to it, you know, I did the same sort of thing. I had a wander, and you know, those sort of towns are always fucking dead. Like, there's just nobody there. So you know, it sticks and stones. You know, but yeah, back to my original point. I mean, WoW is the only game, the only MMO now, which for me still maintains a level of, well, MMO. You know, being able to socialise with people in a positive way, just having fun doing it. Like the amount of times I've done these quests, right? Like just in Elwyn, but I don't feel bored doing this right now. You know, it's relaxing. It's beautiful when you look at it. And I know that I'm going to come across new experiences because I'm going to come across people who need help, want to group up, you know, people to talk to. You know, I don't know where they're going to be from, which is the beauty of you know, an MMORPG. So yeah, I mean, anyway, let's kill these prowlers. Like, I'm looking forward to doing Dead Mines specifically, you know, just so, you know, and Stockades. I haven't done Stockades since I've come back to Classic, so would like to do that. Meet people, interact with people, maybe run more than one dungeon together. Looking forward to finding a guild on this server as well. You know, a good one, not like a... I'm sure I could put it into general chat now. I'm looking for a leveling guild, and I get an almost instant invite, but nobody ever fucking talks in the guild, and it's yeah, it's just pointless even being in it. But I don't see the point in that. Oh my god, I can't wait to get a fucking wand, man. You know, I don't think many people would have the argument would have an argument with me saying WoW is the best MMO of all time. I know a lot of people will say EverQuest. I never played EverQuest, and that's going to take away from from my argument. But EverQuest never really had the cultural, I suppose, impact like WoW did. And I feel like a lot of people that I've spoken to who were getting into Classic have told me they played Star Wars Galaxies and they missed that. So I think there's kind of like a specific thing there that people wanted in MMO, and I'm not sure if EverQuest was essentially just a watered down version of WoW, whereas Star Wars Galaxies was something entirely different. What was the name of that MMO? The one I was trying to think of earlier. It's really going to annoy me. The sci-fi one, where it was like the combat was kind of it was dynamic. The combat was a good part of it, but there was kind of like I seem to remember every spell had like an area of effect ability, and you'd kind of get tracer lines for every attack. Why are they resisting all my fucking shadow word pains? Gonna change the title of the stream to WoW Classic Leveling a Priest. We'll call it, we'll say, is the best ever. Which MMO? Which MMO is the best ever? Does that read right? No, I didn't update it. Hang on. Which MMO is the best of all time? Did that update it? Yeah, there we go. For me, it's WoW. For me, it is WoW. But there is a lot to say for Star Wars Galaxies, in my opinion. What I loved about Guild Wars 2, though, Guild Wars 2 had fantastic combat. I think that it's probably got the best combat in any MMO I've ever played. The dodging mechanics and I played a Necromancer, I think they're called, and you could switch out. So the spells were like, if you didn't already know, that the spells were attached to the weapon that you were using, which I'm not entirely keen on, but it was kind of a cool mechanic to use. So you'd have a wand and a staff, for example, and then if you had your wand, you could. Was it your wand or your staff? Either one. You could put down like traps. So you put down like a few circles on the floor, and then if someone walked through it, it would have a specific effect on them, a bit like a hunter trap in WoW, but with a sort of bigger area. So it was perfectly legitimate to just put down a load of traps and then kite a load of enemies into it continuously. That's a legitimate way of. I cleared a dungeon that way, and that was just the style of combat that you could choose, essentially. You could also have like a ridiculous amount of minions with you at a time. I think I summoned like 9 minions, if you wanted to. It probably wasn't the most effective way of playing, but you could. Yeah, I had loads of fun with Guild Wars. I would like to go back to it, but I think the fun I had was probably based on the people I was playing with. Whereas I think WoW gives a kind of nicer, more relaxed, chilled solo leveling experience. You don't have to get involved in the social aspect of it if you don't want to. But well, I mean, I guess you do if you come across a quest or whatever. But there's a lot more solo element to it than I feel Guild Wars had. I think the world was smaller in Guild Wars, and there wasn't really like a disappointingly, I guess, there wasn't really like a hub for where you would. So, like a hub on the Alliance would be Stormwind, for example, right? Or any capital city, except for Darnassus, obviously. But there wasn't really one of those. I think there was a gates area. I don't know, but where it had some portals or whatever. But there wasn't ever that many people there, and I don't know if that was because of layering or the way the server was laid out. But there never seemed to be a place you'd go to interact with people, which is disappointing. There was a big city, but there never fucking seemed to be anybody there, and it was instanced. So they could have done that there, and maybe they have changed that since. But I can't really. I had loads of fun. Guild Wars. I think it wasn't a subscription model as well when I picked it up. Near its release, it was pay one. That is really loud. Holy fuck! Oh my god, that's so loud! Stop! Jesus Christ! Get behind this tree. Yeah, hello, sir. But so you'd pay once and then you could play it forever, and I think it's probably free to play now. I wonder if they're making Guild Wars 3. They probably are. We got a fucking different one. Is there? If I hand this one in, I think there might be a quest to kill and Murlocs, and we could do that at the same time. I'm definitely going to die to the Murlocs. I am Murloc. Let's kill this fucker. Has my sound just got louder? Generally. Is it just trying to compete with the fucking noise of the raging waterfall over there? Well, I mean, I might set up a YouTube channel and put these recordings on, because I'm not doing this for views. I kind of just find myself talking to myself when I'm playing, like a fucking psychopath. So I figure I might as well stream. But if I put it up on YouTube, I can then catalogue it and watch it back and just
light be with you, light bless you.
Have it as all a creative space. So no, we haven't got another quest, is it? I'm sure there's a quest. Oh, let's put up the red shirt. Just forgetting to equip these items. Yeah, I'm sure there's a quest to kill. To get, is it fins or something here? I bet it's fucking over there or something. Well, that's fine. Let's go kill ourselves to the Murlocs. Hopefully that level 11 paladin is built down a bit, and we can just walk in and mop up. Let's message our boy. Say out there where he was fucking directly in front of me. I just can't. I don't know if it's my eyes. I'm colourblind, but I've also got shitty eyesight. I don't know if it's that or if he's just blended quite well into the scenery. Warrior was more fun than I anticipated. What a man. What a man. You'll be level 60 by tomorrow, and then you can speed run me from Deadlines. I hate it when you get forced to run in and have to aggro something.
I can't carry anymore.
I think, like a lot of people, I would like to build a community on Twitch. You know, it's incredibly competitive, and there's no reason why anybody would watch my stream or videos or whatever over somebody else's who's clearly, you know, putting in a lot more effort than I do. Because I just stream when I fucking feel like it, and I'm talking to myself. But it would be good to do that and be able to have a conversation about random shit, because I'm genuinely interested in, you know, what people think of WoW Classic, and whether it's gonna die out fairly quickly soon, or whether you know, this MMO that comes out and people are hyped about that, because I don't really stay up to date on what's coming out in the MMOverse, because I don't know, I've tried so many and it's just never really been worth my time to do any other MMOs than WoW, really. So yeah, it would be cool to have people to discuss that with, outside of my sphere, really. Can we sneak this? No. Oh, we might be able to just bubble and go in. Can we pull this up? Let's pull this up. Ah, why are you walking back? Why you do this? Oh, 3, lovely. Okay, cool. Right, I think we're gonna have to aid it, I think. Cool. Good pull. Not good. Pull 2. Come on, Murloc. Come on. I just want you. Just want you. Come on. Oh my lord, the aggro range is nuts. What is happening? Ah! That's so... Jesus Christ, look how far I pulled them. That's ridiculous. Alright, fortunately I'm not that far away. Fuck, man, I hate Murlocs. I told you I'd die to them. I didn't even get fucking one, I don't think. Christ almighty. Alright, well, we might be able to just shield it, get the quest and get out, because I can't be fucked to kill them all and get that chest. Christ! Fucking Murlocs, man. Doesn't matter what level you are, Murlocs are always the fucking worst thing you can come across. You know, if you're in Hillsbrad, they're shit. If you're in Westfall, they're shit. If you're here, they're shit. If you're in Red Ridge and you're trying to get that fucking amulet, they're shit. Why don't I just bubble them? Right, okay, we'll have to wait, and then we'll, I guarantee you I'm not going to be able to get it.
I can't carry anymore.
See if we can... You go in now, and then I can put it in. Nope, interrupted, cool. Wonderful, so we're going to have to actually play the game, okay. See if we can keep this guy aggroed then. Alright, how are we going to play this? Let's get this guy so he doesn't interrupt anything. Classic resist. Okay. You know, I do not know how we're going to do it. Can we get him without pulling the others? Come on. Yes. Yes. Lovely, lovely, lovely. We're onto something. Do these ones run away? They don't. But a suicide now looks great.
Inventory is full.
Lovely. We can take 2. I just don't want to aggro that fucker. Come on. Right, let's go. Come on, come on. Did that? I was going to say that sounded like 1 and 2, but it's all good. Come on, don't be good. Come on! Ah, fuck! Oh, great, yeah, cool. Nice little respawn down, just take the piss out of me. Die, nice. Come on. Yeah, go on, drink your potion. Come on. Rock. Cool. We're gonna die. How are you still hitting me? Fuck off. Right, can we get a heal off? Come on. Yes, come on! Come on! High octane gameplay. Oh, fuck off. What? Dude, you can't do that! Alright, that's fine, we can go.
I can't carry anymore. Inventory is full.
Ooh. I wonder what the stream quality is like at the moment. I did lower the quality. Shit. I'm gonna die again. Fuck, man. Fuck. I take it back what I was saying. I fucking hate this game. Nonsense. We're Gucci, right. They all fucking respawned as well. Have they? Let's get this fucker. Come on. Fuck off with your resist, man. You're only 1 level above me. How much money are we on? Because it might actually just be worth buying a wand. Perhaps getting into a guild with a enchanter who can just do me a solid. Alright.
I need to get closer.
No.
I can't cast that yet.
Oh, fuck off. Do not pull that, dude. Yes, you scuttle along over there, mate. Waddle away. And he waddled away. Waddle, waddle, waddle. And he waddled away. Till the very next day. Look at this, we got the chest as well. It was all in the fucking plan. Wonderful.